All right, everybody. So it's been a little while here since we did a live market update. I wanted to kind of show you what was going on in the market in general. So what we're seeing is definitely a rise in inventory. So you can see that rise in inventory here, and this is over a 14-month timeline. So this goes back to 9/22, and this is last month at 11/23. December numbers come in January. So what you'll see here is a very normal cycle, and I've talked about this before, and I think we'll go over here again just for those that haven't maybe heard it before, reaffirming for those that have. We always see in the third quarter, so this is September, October, November, December, we always see this year after year, I see this. And we've talked about it before. A lot of people, the season, which is in here, right, is when the snowbirds come into town and they start to see the properties and start to absorb, if you will, the inventory, right? So this is a normal rise in inventory here. Now, if we look at this year in 23, you'll see a similar rise in inventory. It's higher than it was last year. That goes into the interest rates and all that kind of thing. So I wanted you to see that this is a normal cycle. This is all single family homes, condos, everything. This is all the MLSs combined that we have. There's 36,202 units on the market. The black line is the pending units. So these are what have gone under agreement, right? So we're seeing that as pendings go down, inventory rises, and typically closings go down with pendings as well. So I want everybody to see here, and we can go into month supply of inventory here in a little bit, but this is a normal cycle. Summer, people absorb the inventory that are moving for school and so forth in here. And then you can see that ascent that happens after the snowbirds aren't here and there's not as many people moving for school. So if we move down to the next graph, then this is all the same information. This was a little glitch that happened last year, but this is the average price per square foot sold. And so when we're looking at average price per square foot sold, this is kind of what I've been saying to people is that the market's actually been going pretty sideways over the last 8 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's gone pretty sideways as far as values. We haven't seen values drop. We've just really seen them go sideways. So anybody's like, what's market doing? This is a good indicator of what the market's done over the last 9 months. It's really just gone sideways, not up or down. Now, as we move down to the next graph, this line right here is the original listing price to sale price. So September of last year, 22, the average was 93% of the original listing price to sale price. That doesn't take into account people that drop their prices. It doesn't take into account, that people might price their property close to where a good realtor will show you where it should be priced at. They're taking less. So whether they've dropped their prices from the original or they had their original and then took a lesser amount, this is still in the 90 percentile for the average price sold given the original listing price, right? This here is the days on market. So you can see the days on market elevates with the inventory in that normal cycle that we were talking about. Summer kicks in and then the inventory or the season kicks in. That starts to drop the inventory, which drops the days on the market, right? And what you'll see here is not so much an ascension for days on the market back in relation to the original graph here that shows that inventory. You would think that days on the market would go up given this, but it hasn't. So that's an interesting little morsel to maybe digest a little bit with other conversations. But the days on market has not increased. That's overall. So if we dug into the data a little bit more, you might find lower priced homes having much lower days on the market than this time last year. You might see higher priced or mid-priced homes depending on the area. And again, that's why you want to have a good realtor look at what it is that you're thinking about selling or buying and understanding what those days on the market could be if you overprice. Now, this one is always the one that I think is one of the more pertinent graphs. And this is the month supply of inventory. So, if any of you've heard me say it before, you'll hear me say it again here, that a seller's market is under 3 months of inventory. So, in this range, we were actually in a seller's market. But the month supply of inventory goes up with that actual inventory of active units, and that hit its peak right around December and then just started to drop as the snowbirds absorbed that inventory. And then it kind of went sideways over the summer, people still buying right in there, and that keeps that inventory kind of there. And then the inventory has been rising. Now, this is what's got me. I haven't seen us in an overall buyer's market in a couple of years. So at 6.3 months of inventory, we're definitely closer to a neutral market than fully in a buyer's market. But technically right now this is, remember, this is all of the condos and villas and townhomes and luxury properties and all of that. That's all in here. So this is in general that we have an overall buyer's market. Now, if you dive in to some numbers, which I'm happy to do with anybody out there that's considering selling, I'll show you what, or any of the agents on our team will show you what market you're actually in given the type of property and the price point. So it's the type of property and the price point that's going to tell you whether you're in a buyer or seller's market. So I hope that this was helpful. I'm going to keep it a little short here today. We've got a very important meeting coming up here. If anybody's curious about this, you'd like to know anything more, I'm happy to go over that with you. But this is the first time I've seen us in an overall, seller's market. That's at 6.3 months of inventory, and that's my my inability to. I was trying to do something cool for you there, but anyhow, that's the overall market. Again, this doesn't mean if you're selling a home that you're in a buyer's market. It means that you need to get a better understanding of what this data is actually showing you, given the price point and the type of property that you actually are looking to sell or buy. So I hope this is helpful, and I'm here to help. Anybody need it, we're here for you. Thank you.